Good morning, everyone. Today we're bringing you an urgent update on a developing weather emergency that could impact millions of lives across the Caribbean. A serious situation is unfolding as Tropical Storm Melissa churns over the warm waters of the Caribbean Sea. This powerful system is currently threatening Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic, putting millions of people at risk. The storm's path is being closely monitored by meteorologists, but its unpredictable nature means everyone in the region needs to stay alert. Melissa has the potential to rapidly intensify, possibly becoming a major hurricane within the next 48 hours. If that happens, we could see life-threatening rain, widespread flash floods, and devastating landslides, especially in mountainous and low-lying areas. The combination of strong winds and saturated ground could lead to dangerous conditions for both residents and emergency responders. One of the most concerning aspects of Melissa is its slow movement. When a storm lingers over the same area, it can dump enormous amounts of rain, overwhelming rivers and drainage systems. This greatly increases the risk of catastrophic flooding, which can happen quickly and with little warning. Washed-out roads and collapsed bridges could cut off entire communities, making it difficult for emergency crews to reach those in need. Infrastructure damage can last long after the storm passes, leaving families stranded and supplies scarce. In these conditions, lives are put in jeopardy, emergency services may be stretched thin, and families could find themselves isolated for days. It's crucial to have a plan in place and to know where to go if evacuation orders are issued. The time to prepare is now. Don't wait until the rain starts or the winds pick up. Stock up on essential supplies, secure your home, and check in on neighbors, especially the elderly or those with limited mobility. Warm Caribbean waters are fueling Melissa, providing the energy it needs to strengthen. Sea surface temperatures are well above average, which can make storms like this more intense and unpredictable. Forecast models show Melissa could become a hurricane by Friday, with its path and intensity still uncertain. Meteorologists are working around the clock to provide the latest updates, but conditions can change rapidly. This is a multifaceted threat: destructive winds capable of tearing roofs from homes, extreme rainfall that can trigger flash floods, and flying debris that poses a danger to anyone caught outside. Dangerous conditions will extend from the coastlines, where storm surge and crashing waves threaten, all the way to the mountains, where heavy rain can cause deadly mudslides and swollen rivers. We'll walk you through the latest forecasts, explain what the experts are seeing, and help you understand what to expect as the situation develops. We'll also cover the most important actions you need to take to keep yourself and your loved ones safe, from preparing emergency kits to reviewing your family's safety plan. Stay tuned to official sources for real-time updates. Forecasts can change quickly, and new warnings may be issued at any time. Make sure your phone is charged and your emergency alerts are enabled. Let's take a closer look at what we're facing with Tropical Storm Melissa, and how you can be ready for whatever comes next. Here's the latest on Melissa's position and strength. As of this morning, Melissa is about 320 miles south-southwest of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and 300 miles southeast of Kingston, Jamaica. Sustained winds are at 50 mph, but the storm's slow crawl, just 2 mph, makes it especially dangerous. This slow pace allows Melissa to strengthen and prolongs heavy rain and wind over affected areas. The Caribbean's warm waters are like rocket fuel, and rapid intensification is likely. Satellite imagery shows the storm becoming more organized, a sign it's getting stronger. Don't be fooled by its current status. Melissa could become much more powerful very soon. Everyone in the region must prepare for a stronger system. The real threat is Melissa's potential to intensify quickly. Let's talk about Melissa's forecast track. The National Hurricane Center expects Melissa to drift west-northwest, then turn north, threatening Haiti and the Dominican Republic directly. If it strengthens as predicted, it could reach Category 2 or 3 hurricane status by the weekend. Some models even suggest Category 4 potential if it stays over warm water. There's still uncertainty in the exact path. Some models show a sharper turn, others a more westward track toward Jamaica. The cone of uncertainty is wide, so everyone in Haiti, Jamaica, and the Dominican Republic must be ready. Don't focus on the center line. Impacts can extend far from the core. Prepare now as if Melissa is heading straight for your community. The biggest threat from Melissa is extreme rainfall. 5 to 10 inches are expected across southern Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and eastern Jamaica, enough to cause major flooding. Mountainous areas could see 8 to 12 inches, with isolated spots possibly reaching 30 inches. Catastrophic flash floods and mudslides are likely, especially in vulnerable communities on steep slopes. Fast-moving water can sweep away vehicles and people, and landslides can bury homes. Those in flood or landslide-prone zones must have an evacuation plan and be ready to move. Flooding can contaminate water supplies, destroy crops, and isolate communities for days. The crisis doesn't end when the rain stops. Disease and food shortages can follow. Preparing for flooding is the most important step you can take. Take this threat seriously and act now. While rain is the main concern, Melissa's winds are also dangerous. As it becomes a hurricane, winds could exceed 74 mph, causing roof and tree damage and widespread power outages. If Melissa reaches Category 2 or 3, structural damage and flying debris become major hazards. Wind gusts could reach 100 mph if the core makes landfall. Along the coast, expect large waves and life-threatening storm surge flooding. Low-lying coastal areas must prepare for significant flooding and possible evacuation. Dangerous swells and rip currents will affect beaches across the region, even where skies seem calm. Stay out of the water and heed all beach closures. Coastal hazards are deadly. Don't take risks. As Hurricane Melissa draws closer to the Caribbean, governments across the region are issuing urgent watches and warnings. Officials are working around the clock, monitoring the storm's path and updating the public with the latest information. The situation is changing rapidly, and it's crucial for everyone to pay close attention to official announcements. Haiti's southern peninsula is now under a hurricane watch, meaning hurricane conditions are possible within the next 48 hours. Residents in this area should be on high alert and begin making preparations immediately. The threat of strong winds, heavy rain, and dangerous storm surge is real. Now is the time to secure your home. Board up windows, bring in loose outdoor items, and make sure you have enough food, water, and essential supplies to last several days. Double-check your emergency kit and don't forget about medications, important documents, and supplies for pets. Finalize your shelter plan and make sure every family member knows what to do if conditions worsen. Jamaica is currently under a tropical storm watch, but forecasters warn that a westward shift in Melissa's track could bring hurricane conditions to the island. Even if you're not in the direct path, tropical storms can cause flooding, landslides, and power outages. Stay vigilant and don't let your guard down. In the Dominican Republic, authorities are on high alert as well. Heavy rain and flooding are expected, especially in low-lying and coastal areas. Emergency responders are preparing for possible evacuations and rescue operations. If you live in a flood-prone area, be ready to move to higher ground if needed. To help people prepare, authorities are suspending work in some cities and urging everyone to use this time wisely. Take advantage of these hours to finish your preparations, check on neighbors, and make sure your loved ones are safe. Listen carefully to local emergency officials and follow their instructions. They have the most up-to-date and relevant information for your area, and their guidance could save lives. If you are told to evacuate, do so immediately and calmly. Don't wait until the last minute. Roads may become impassable, and emergency services may not be able to reach you later. Make sure you have a battery-powered radio, or another way to receive updates if the power goes out. Stay tuned to trusted sources for the latest information, and keep your phone charged in case you need to call for help. Stay informed, follow all instructions from authorities, and take the storm seriously. Your actions now can make a critical difference in your safety and the safety of those around you. Remember, your cooperation and preparedness are vital for the safety of your family and your community. Together, we can weather this storm and protect what matters most. Over the next 72 hours, the Caribbean faces a critical period as Tropical Storm Melissa intensifies and approaches the region. Here's a detailed look at what you and your loved ones should expect and how you can stay safe during this challenging time. Today is your final window to get ready. Take this time to secure your home, board up windows, bring in anything that could become a projectile, and make sure your property is as protected as possible. Head to the store to stock up on food, water, batteries, and any medications you might need for at least several days. Sit down with your family and review your emergency plan. Make sure everyone knows where to go if you need to shelter. how to contact each other if separated, and what to do if the power goes out. Double-check your emergency kit and keep important documents in a waterproof bag. By Friday, Melissa is forecast to strengthen into a hurricane, with meteorologists closely monitoring its path and intensity. The storm's center may shift, so stay tuned to official updates and be ready to adjust your plans if needed. As Friday unfolds, expect heavy rain and powerful winds to sweep across the islands. These conditions will worsen quickly, making outdoor activity extremely dangerous. Stay indoors and away from windows as the storm intensifies. Coastal communities will face especially hazardous conditions, with rough seas, large waves, and dangerous surf. Flooding of low-lying areas and coastal roads is likely, and travel will become increasingly risky as the storm progresses. Make sure you're in a safe, secure location by Friday morning. Once the storm arrives, it may be too late to move. Plan to stay put until authorities say it's safe to leave. The weekend will bring the most severe impacts, with relentless rain, howling winds, and the threat of dangerous weather lasting for hours on end. Prepare for a long period of sheltering indoors. Flash floods are a major concern, especially in urban areas and near hillsides. Mudslides could occur with little warning, so stay alert and avoid areas prone to flooding or landslides. Destructive winds may last for 24 to 48 hours, toppling trees, damaging roofs, and sending debris flying. Stay away from windows and doors, and keep your emergency supplies close at hand. Power outages are almost certain. Be prepared to shelter in place without electricity, using flashlights and battery-powered radios to stay informed. Charge your devices now and conserve power as much as possible. Even after the storm passes, rivers may continue to rise, and the risk of landslides will remain high. Avoid riverbanks and steep slopes, and listen for local alerts about ongoing hazards. Stay off the roads to allow emergency crews to respond quickly and safely. Only travel if absolutely necessary and follow all instructions from local authorities. Remember, the effects of Melissa will linger long after the winds subside. Recovery will take time, so be patient, help your neighbors, and stay informed as the community begins to rebuild. Uncertainty is a major challenge with Melissa's forecast. Computer models disagree on the exact path. Some show a turn into Hispaniola, others toward Jamaica. The storm's slow movement makes its track hard to predict. Small changes can have big impacts. Don't focus on a single forecast line. Dangerous conditions can extend far from the center. Prepare for the worst-case scenario, not the best. Stay informed and check for updates frequently as new data comes in. Listen to trusted weather sources and local officials. The forecast will change. Don't assume yesterday's information is still valid. Staying alert and ready to adapt is the key to safety. Treat Tropical Storm Melissa as a serious, life-threatening event. Catastrophic flooding, landslides, and destructive winds are all possible. Complete your preparations now. Secure your home, stock up on food and water, and gather important documents. Make sure your family knows the plan and has a safe place to shelter. Follow guidance from local officials and evacuate if ordered. Your property can be replaced, your life cannot. Stay informed but stay calm. Focus on what you can control. Check on neighbors, especially the vulnerable. A prepared community is a resilient one. We'll continue to bring you updates as Melissa approaches. Be careful, look out for one another, and get ready now.